Hey, what's going on? Rob with 3 Strong. Today I want to talk about what your plate should look like, the ratios, the colors, all that, so you get a nice balance of lean meats, vegetables, and then really just a little bit of everything else without going too crazy. It's easy to overdo it. It's easy to go towards that really carb-rich, calorie-rich side of things, and just ignore the basics, plain and simple. Okay, most of what we eat, and I'm saying America. America has a relatively protein-rich diet, but it's a very carbohydrate-rich diet because they're readily available, they're very cheap. It's something you can get anywhere. This is your big bowl or plate of pasta. This isn't, as we know, this isn't the ideal setup because we have about 80% of these calories are coming from a carbohydrate-rich source. It's really, pasta is just flour, or this could be rice, or this could be corn, it could be whatever. It's something that is just going to overload your system, and all those carbs are just going to be put into your fat stores because this, to be honest, has over 200, maybe 300 grams of carbohydrates, way too much, and you're just gonna make yourself fat by doing this. And you can throw protein on the top, awesome, great, you got your protein. But are there any vegetables in this? No, I don't see any vegetables, and there's really no color. It's kind of bland. Yeah, you can get a colorful sauce, but that's really just tomato or maybe basil or something. Not too fancy. Now we go on to our tried and true. This is America's meal: steak and potatoes, and maybe a little veggies on the side. So we have a very rich protein source. It's about half and half. But then we also have this big starchy potato. This is your baked potato. This could even be rice. So maybe a good sized protein source. Fantastic. This one's low in protein. This one's high in protein. Little less carbs than the pasta, but still, we have a very heavy, starchy carbohydrate source in the form of a baked or mashed potato or rice, something like that, corn, whatever it could be. And then we have, a little bit of green vegetables in here, but this is usually cooked to where it's soggy, it's not really that fibrous, it can easily be broken down, it's not going to slow down the digestion rate of those starchy carbohydrates. So great on the amount of protein, not so great on the ratio of starchy carbohydrates to fibrous vegetables. Now, moving on down the line, we have our lean meats in the form of chicken, fish. You can still go with a steak if you want, but maybe something a little bit leaner would be great. And notice how this is a lot more colorful. We have a lot more color, plus we just have a lot more vegetables. And roughly half this plate is taken up with, let's just call this a salad. If you go with something such as a salad, green leafy vegetables, they aren't as dense as your just kind of straight chopped vegetables in the form of broccoli, celery, cucumbers, whatever it is. So you need a little bit more of that. Just to kind of fill in the gaps. So this could be your salad, this could be your chopped vegetables, whatever it is, make it crunchy, make it fibrous, make it colorful. And this little gem over here, this is your rice. So now we have reduced the carbohydrates and we've increased the amount of vegetables. Nothing crazy, nothing out of the ordinary, but we actually don't even have to go with this. This is purely just an option of, hey, I really just kind of want the starchy carbohydrates, but we have far more vegetables. It's going to slow down this tiny little starch source, and it's in a 3-to-1, maybe even 4-to-1 ratio. So we can have that, and those carbs, since the digestion is going to be slow because of the vegetables, we're almost guaranteeing that most of that is going to go into our muscle energy stores and not into our fat stores. Okay? High carb, low carb. Notice how it goes from bland to colorful. We want to move towards this end of the spectrum, so we have those crunchy, fibrous vegetables, maybe a small portion of starches, and we have a good cut of lean meat. Next time you're sitting there in the restaurant or you're making your own dinner, make sure that your plate looks a little bit more like that. I will see you guys tomorrow.